Welcome. In this section, we will deal with some of the questions that have been asked in UGC Yoga January 2025 paper. Now, of course, there were questions from the various yoga, the various Upanishads, which we have not covered here. But most of the questions that we have covered belong to the science part of the yoga syllabus. So let's talk about some of the questions here. For complete questions and the solutions for all of those, you can refer the link below and contact on the number. Now, the first question talks about the food groups which favor slow release of sugar into small intestine and its absorption into blood are those which have low glycemic index. So what happens is glycemic index analyzes how quickly the body causes the blood sugar or the glucose to rise up after eating. So the foods which have low glycemic index are typically considered good for health. They are the ones which are high in fiber, high in protein. So whole grains, legumes, nuts, fruits, vegetables are some of those, and these are the ones which help us to manage diabetes or blood sugar levels. So low glycemic index food would be the correct answer here. The next question talks about the structure of muscular tissues responsible for contraction of muscles. Now this is as per the sliding filament theory. Now under the sliding filament theory, we focus on to the filaments of acetine and myosin, and in this diagram you can see how the acetine and the myosin filaments act. So under this theory, we talk about the fundamental contractile units within the muscle, and these are called as sarcomeres. Now sarcomeres have overlapping protein filaments, and these are primarily made of protein myosin and a thin filament which is made up of actin, right? So the myosin head then pulls the actin filament towards the center of the sarcosome, which leads to shortening of the sarcosome, and then there is the pulling of the sarcosome. So that is how these two filaments actually create the muscle contraction under the sliding filament theory. The next is the types of personality. Now this is again a very important topic from psychology. This concept of personality types given by Friedman and Rosenman talked about type A and type B personality. So he was a cardiologist back in 1950s, and he talked about the relationship of personality and the coronary heart diseases. Now excuse me, what he explained was type A personalities are those which are highly ambitious, competitive, impatient, and have a sense of urgency. On the other hand, type B are relatively relaxed, easygoing, patient, and have less competitive characters. So this was one of the classifications which was given by Friedman Rosenman. However, there were numerous classifications under personality. For example, extrovert, introvert given by Jung. Then we have the Pycnic, Esthenic, that has been explained here. This was given by Christchemer, and then Sheldon talked about the structure or the stoutness. So endomorphic, mesomorphic, ectomorphic was another classification which has been given. The next is the two questions on chakra that we have covered. So the first question talks about the chakra that controls the distribution of pran. Now the chakra which lies between the two eyebrows is what is called as the Anjana chakra, and this is the one which is considered for command or perceiving. So it guides or gives the self-intuition. It is considered as the third eye. Now this helps in the flow of pran, which is the flow energy, through the various energy channels or the nadis under the concept of yoga, and this helps us to gain mastery over the mind. So highlightens or enlightens our level of consciousness and psychic abilities. So Anjana chakra is the right answer. The next is which of the chakra is associated with Kalpataru. Now Anahata chakra is the one which is also called as the heart chakra, and it is somewhere close to the heart, and it helps us to bring the thoughts to the reality. It is also called as Kalpataru because it has the power to manifest the desires into reality, and it creates the sense of awakening, the sense of balance, and the feeling that your heart energy is more purified, and this is how the chakras function. Now there have been constantly questions on chakras which have been important. The last question from the section on biological sciences in yoga that we would be discussing talks about the type of ulcers. Now, which of the following ulcers affect the first part of the small intestine? Now, the small intestine is connected into three parts. The first part is the duodenum, and therefore it is called as the duodenal ulcer. Now, ulcers are actually the sores which develop within the linings of the stomach and the upper portion of the small intestine. They are characterized based on their location. For example, if it is in the stomach, it is called as gastric one. If it is in the first part of the small intestine, it is called as duodenal. If it is in the C-section, then that is again the duodenum, so it is the duodenal one. So based on the location where it occurs, the names have been classified. Now again, peptic ulcer, one of the most common ones, are seen in duodenal, and these are caused because of higher usage of niacid drugs, that is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs which are now actually under prescription, or in more cases they are not allowed on prescription as well. So those are some of the important things that we have discussed in this section. If you have any further questions, you can connect on the number below, and of course the complete solution for all the questions are available on Doorstep Tutor. Have a great day.